Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is day 56 of my journey to learn Japanese, and the purpose of this series of live streams is to document my progress at learning Japanese, having started as a complete beginner. Now my goal for today is to practice some more kanji, and so for that we're going to be using the Lingo Command website. That's what we've got on screen here. And let's go to the vocabulary section like so. And to kind of bring you up to speed, the kanji that I've studied are for the following topics. So animals, body parts, clothes, colors, days of the week, months of the year, numbers, and most of verbs 1. And so my goal is to kind of go over those, revise those a little bit, and then also complete verbs 1. And I think actually this is the weakest part, so let's just get stuck in and start there. So to explain what we have on screen here, this is a table with the English words on the left column and the Japanese words on the right column. If we want to know how the words are pronounced, we can press these audio buttons like so.
いる、
Let's up the volume here a little bit.
ある、持つ、
And as you can see, this is written in Romaji, but we want to study kanji. So with the click of a button, you can view it in hiragana and katakana, or hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Now, I'm going to take the quiz because I want to test my knowledge for these kanji. But before I do that, let's actually select a subset of words that I'd studied previously. So I studied, I think, the first 15. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we'll hide the rest, right? So now we've got this subset of 15 verbs to study. And yeah, let's make a start. So I'm gonna take the quiz. What that does is that takes this table and turns it into a quiz. The questions are posed in English, and then we write the corresponding hiragana, katakana, and kanji. But I want to test the stroke order for the kanji, so I'm going to handwrite my answers. And then I'm also going to press random ordering. That scrambles the order in which the questions are asked to kind of keep us on our toes. And so let's make a start. So in Japanese, to eat is taberu. Taberu. And then the kanji for that, so I've added this new feature. If you hold this draw button, you can select different colors. So let's write our kanji in red. I believe the kanji for taberu was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, I'm not actually sure. It's been a while since I've done or like since I haven't practiced this as much as I wanted to. So I'm going to continue on with that today. And then I think, so I think this might have a reading of tabe, and then we stick ru at the end. So let's write our hiragana in blue. And let's write the furigana here. So this would be ta. And then this is he. Let's apply dakuten, so H goes to B. But I'm pretty sure this kanji is wrong. But let's take a look. Oh, okay. So the kanji was correct, but its reading is ta. And so we need to write beru in hiragana. So this is still incorrect, but it's not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be. So let's move on to the next one. So to be permanent is aru in Japanese. So it's aru. And let's write the hiragana, because for aru there is no kanji. So we'll write the hiragana in blue. And that is another match. Or sorry, that is a match, so that's good. To do in Japanese is suru. Suru. This also only has hiragana, so that's going to be suru. To go is iku. And there's a kanji for this one. I think. But the question is, what's the kanji? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? And then So I think this kanji is a reading of I, and then it's just ku. So I'm writing the hiragana in blue here, and then this would have a reading of I. I'm not sure about this. Let's submit and take a look. Okay, that's another match, so that's good. It's good news. So we'll give that a pass and then move on to the next one. So to give in Japanese, to give is ageru. Ageru doesn't have any kanji, right? It's just hiragana, so it's ageru. And I'm quite happy with this new feature where you can write in different colors, because I think writing the romaji in black, the kanji in blue, the kanji in red and the hiragana in blue kind of makes things a little simpler, a little easier to understand. So to see in Japanese is miru, and there's a kanji for this. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you might know that this is actually the kanji for I. At least that's how I remember this. And then it's 6, 7. So you add these two strokes at the bottom. So this is a kanji with the reading of mi. And then we just need to stick this hiragana at the end. So it's miru. And let's write the furigana. That's the reading of the kanji here in blue as well. So this kanji is a reading of mi. So it's miru. So that's a match. Fantastic. And then we're going to go to O. So to O in Japanese is shi na keru ba. Let's zoom out. Shi na keru ba. And this just has hiragana. There's no kanji for this word, if I'm not mistaken. So it's shi na keru. We'll zoom out one more time. And then ba. So here we're going to write ha, like so. And then we're going to apply dakuten, right? Because H goes to B. So we get shinakereba. And that's another match. And then we're on to say or tell. So to say or tell in Japanese is iu. Iu. The question is, what's the kanji here with the reading of I? So to say or tell. Don't know, it's some type of kanji here with a reading of I, and then we just stick a U here. So let's submit our answer. Okay, so to say or tell is this kanji. So let's practice that. Of course, we got the answer wrong, but we can use this as an opportunity. So the kanji is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the hiragana is u, and this has a reading of I. So we'll consider that incorrect. We'll go to the next one. So to want in Japanese is hoshi. Hoshi. And the kanji. It might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we have shi, an I at the end. And then this has a reading of ho. And this was almost correct. We were so close, but these two strokes here at the top right are not correct. So we'll consider this whole thing incorrect, and we'll move on to dekiru, or to be able to in Japanese. That's dekiru. And for this, there is no kanji, so it's very simple. We just write te, apply dakuten, then we write ki, and then we write ru, dekiru. To arrive in Japanese is kuru, kuru. And for this, we have to write a kanji with reading of ku. And I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like so. Its reading is ku, and then we just stick a ru at the end. And let's just check our stroke order here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I did the horizontal stroke before I did the vertical one, so that's correct. And then we're on to motsu. So in Japanese, to have is motsu. The question is, what's the kanji? So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, no, that's not right either. I don't think that's correct. So it's motsu. And it was something like 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 strokes here somehow. And then it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so now the question is, what was over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. No. Yeah, so this is tricky because I just remember there were 3 strokes in this part. So this is 3 strokes. Oh, and of course we want to do our kanji in red, right? We had this color coding system going on. So from what I remember, there was like 3 strokes here. 3 strokes. And then it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then here, of course, we have tsu in hiragana. And then this has a reading of mo. So now the question is, what is the 3 kanji or the 3 strokes here? Ah, here we go. So it's 1, 2, 3. So that's incorrect, but I think what's useful here is I remembered that this has a total of 9 strokes. I remember this part at the end, so I could deduce that there were 3 here. So remembering the total amount of strokes is something that I found to be quite useful. Shiru is how you would say to know information in Japanese. Now, presumably there's another kanji here, but I don't know it. So some type of kanji with the reading of shi, and then we have ru here. Okay, so let's practice that. So to know is shiru. And the kanji with that reading was it something like this? Let's take a look. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 strokes in total. Its reading is shi. Its reading is shi. And then we need the ru hiragana over here. So that was incorrect. And then we'll go on to make. So to make in Japanese is tsukuru. Tsukuru. Now I think I know the kanji for this one. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that this kanji has a reading of tsuku. So that's going to be tsuku. And then we just put the ru hiragana like so. And so we see this is a match, so we'll give that a pass. And then we're on to be temporary. So to be temporary in Japanese, that's iru. Iru. And that just has hiragana. So that's another match. So let's see, we got 5 wrong here. That's quite a lot. Now, I also thought that these kanji, usually they're like, what I've noticed is there's a single kanji at the start, and then there is some hiragana at the end. But that first kanji, it might have 1 hiragana in its reading, maybe 2. So it's not super useful, but it will help a little bit. So what I want to do here is I want to do one more round. So to see in Japanese is miru. The kanji with the reading of mi is this one. So that has a reading of mi, and then we just stick ru at the end, like so. To give is ageru. Ageru. Let me just fix the stroke order here. So this is ke, you apply dakuten, it becomes ge. And then this is ru, so this is ageru. To say or tell is iu, that's i. Oh, actually, let's just write down the kanji to begin with. So the kanji that we want here, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. That has a reading of i. And then here we just write u. Oh, this is incorrect again. What is the kanji? What is this kanji again? That was the kanji for to go, iku. Iku. Yeah, that was it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reading of i, and then we just stick ku at the end. That was it. Okay, so this is iru. That's just going to be hiragana. Taberu. Taberu. So we start off with a kanji. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That has a reading of ta. Let's write that in hiragana. So that's got a reading of ta. And then it's be, ru. To have is motsu. So the kanji with the reading of mo is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? And then this has a reading of mo. And then this has a reading, and there's a tsu here. This is a little bit risky because something in me says that that's not the right kanji. Hoshi is a different kanji. Suru, to make, is tsukuru. No, I think that was correct actually. So to have in Japanese is motsu. The kanji that we want to write here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's got a reading of mo. Put tsu there, and it's a job done. Now, to be permanent in Japanese is aru. Aru. And then this is dekiru. 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 To know information in Japanese is shiru. So the kanji with the reading of shi here, it's yeah, it was something like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. But there were two kanji at the top. And the two kanji here at the top. So actually it was 1, I remember. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This kanji is a reading of shi. And then this is ru. Fantastic. Hoshi is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is a reading of ho. And then we put she here. Let's write that a little bit more neatly. She. Hoshi. 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 To arrive is kuru. Kuru. And the kanji for that, well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 5, 6, 7. That has a reading of ku. I think actually, you see how this line goes above the horizontal line, the fifth stroke? With me here, it stops. So I'm going to be strict and consider this incorrect. Then I'm going to go to the next question. So to do in Japanese is suru. And there's no kanji for this, so we're just going to write our hiragana in blue. So this is suru. And it's a job done. To O in Japanese is shinakereba. Shinakereba. And likewise, no kanji for this, so it's just shi na ke ru, and then we write ha. We apply dakuten because H goes to B, and then it's shina kereba. And then we're on to make. So to make in Japanese is tsukuru. Tsukuru. So the kanji with a reading of tsuku, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that has a reading of tsuku. And we just stick the ru here at the end in hiragana, and it's tsukuru. It's a decent improvement. I think a good move now would be to basically, these 15 now are going fairly well, but I've done no studying for the bottom 10. No studying at all. And so I'll just select these bottom 10 and study those, which will be quite a challenge. So let's take a look. So we'll zoom in here. So to put on is tsukeru. So let's think this through. Tsukuru was to have. Tsukeru is to put on. To place is oku, I think.
Oku.
Yeah. Oku. And then to believe. So when you say you, which is to say or tell, the E actually is basically this kanji here. So if you take away these two strokes, you would get the kanji with the reading of E. So there's some similarity there. But I'm starting to notice that this is just a radical. It comes up over and over. So fine. Yeah, it's coming up like, look, it's there, it's there, it's there. And then this is the kanji with the reading of ne. In to sleep, neru. This is fascinating. I'm really starting to notice, like, I think they're called radicals because, like, this shape, for example, you'll see it in ude, arm. So we looked at neru, then there is to understand, which is rikai suru. Rikai suru. This is tsukeru. Okay, so a lot of kanji for us to learn. So let's just make a start. So to put on in Japanese is tsukeru. Tsukeru. So let's take a look at the kanji with the reading of, I think I would probably have a reading of tsu. Actually, I am doing this incorrect. So we should apply random ordering. That scrambles the order in which the questions are asked, first of all. Now, to come in Japanese, I think is kuru. That's the same sound or reading as to arrive. So I'm going to guess you just have the same kanji as well. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that has a reading of ku. So we'll put the reading here in blue because it's hiragana. And then this is ru in hiragana as well. So kuru. That was a nice guess. So to arrive, to come, it's both the same word, same kanji. Nice. Now, yomu is to read in Japanese. So it's going to be some type of kanji with a reading of yo, I would guess. Wait, let me write that in hiragana. Yo. And then the mu hiragana here. So my guess was correct. Now I got to learn the kanji. So let's write this kanji in red. So I don't know what this radical is called, but it's come up over and over. So it's these 7 strokes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, golly, okay, so this kanji is a total of 14 strokes. There's 7 here, there's 7 there. So it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so let's try and remember that without looking. So to read in Japanese is yomu. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this has a reading of yo. And then we have mu here. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that was actually correct. But of course, we looked at the answer earlier, so we'll consider that incorrect. Now, to speak or talk in Japanese is hanasu. Hanasu. The question is, what's the kanji? Okay, so we have a kanji with a reading of hana. And we just have this radical here, like usual. And then it's presumably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
話す、
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So let's try that from memory. So to speak in Japanese, hello, ohayo, o genki desu ka? How are you? So to speak or talk is hanasu. Hanasu. And so we have this radical here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now I notice there's a lot of space here. So I want to kind of clean this up a little bit. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That has a reading of hana. Ha. Na. Su. So let's take a look at the answer here. Okay, that looks good to me. I'm noticing that the left box is a lot smaller than the one on the right. But it's still recognizable. But of course, we had to look at the answer, so we'll consider this incorrect for now. So just those 3 kanji on their own was quite a lot to remember. So let's go from the top, get some more repetition in here. So to come in Japanese is kuru, kuru, and the kanji with the reading of ku, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We start here, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is ku, and then we have ru here. How many verb groups have you done from this website? Like it's total of 6 on it. Yeah, so on the website, indeed, there's like, let's see. A while back, I think it was like day 30 of the live stream, or day 40. I done verbs 1 through 6, but only in hiragana. And I've forgotten quite a few of those. And of course, I did none of the kanji. So now I'm gonna go over it again, learning the kanji. So at the moment, I've got a kind of mediocre understanding for the hiragana for verbs 1 through 6, those topics. And now I'm learning the kanji for verbs 1. I've done 2 and animals and days of the week too. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Are you doing the kanji as well? Or are you just doing the hiragana? Okay, so yomu, that's gonna be, golly, what was it? I think it was this radical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there was like another 7 strokes after that. So it was, there was this thing, there was that. So that's 4 strokes. So there's 3 at the top here. What were those 3 strokes at the top? I'm not gonna remember. 3. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 strokes here. That's unfortunate. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 7. This has a reading of yo. And then this is mu. We had to look at the answer, so we'll consider that incorrect. And then we'll go on to hanasu. Hanasu. Yeah, so this one is going to have that same radical. And then it was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13 strokes. This is a reading of hana. Ha, na. And then we put su here. I think that should be correct. Fantastic. So we have 13 strokes in total. Its reading is indeed hana. Hanasu. Job done. For kanji, I'm not practicing writing. I'm just learning how it looks, as I want to be good at reading and speaking only. Writing is a later subject. I think that's a really wise approach. I've found, like, I'm hoping that by being able to write the kanji, it will help me like remember them, kind of solidify it in my memory. But it is very time intensive. So I kind of, especially nowadays, I think a lot of people type Japanese more than they like write it on pen and paper. So I think your approach makes sense. So we're going to go from the top one more time. Kuru. The kanji is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kuru. To read is yomu, so that's going to be yomu, and its kanji is this thing again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That has a reading of yo. And then we just have mu here. That's better. Yomu. Hanasu we had earlier. Hanasu. That's going to be this thing again. we want to do our kanji in red, right? Hanasu. Hanasu. Yeah, so this was 7 strokes, and then there's another 7, no, 6. So it's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That has a reading of ha, na, and then we just have su here. Let's write that a little bit more neatly. Okay. Now, this is getting a tad, I think I'm pretty comfortable with these 3. So what I'm going to do is we just had to speak or talk, to read, and what was the final one? I think it was to place. So I just did to read, to speak, that was it. It was to come, which is the same as to arrive. Now, if we hide the unselected words, we're now just left with the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words that I haven't studied yet. So to put on in Japanese, is this your website? Yes, indeed. I'm the software engineer, I guess the founder of the startup. So I built this app myself. Actually, talking about that, there was one feature that I recently added. So you may have noticed in previous live streams, I was always writing in black. But I found it just a tad confusing when you have kanji, hiragana, so many scripts on the screen. So what I'm doing now is you can right click here and you can select any of these 4 colors to kind of partition what script is written in what color, because I find that a little bit easier to kind of follow along with. So I think to put on, we have some type of kanji with a reading of o, right? So I'm writing hiragana in blue. And then we have ku here. So let's take a look. Okay, completely wrong. I think what I'm talking about is to place. I think this might be oku. Yeah, okay. So this is tsukeru. So we'll write this in hiragana. Tsukeru, there is no kanji. We had a look at the answer earlier, so that's cheating. So we'll consider it incorrect. And then we'll go to this one. So to place is oku. So that's some type of kanji with a reading of o. And then we have ku here. So the question is, what's the kanji? And we'll write that in red. And let's take a look at the stroke order first. So one thing that is worth pointing out, if I zoom in, this diagram follows something called the rainbow stroke ordering. And this first stroke, so you see these numbers, right? Where there's a circle with like a 1, that's where you put the first stroke. Where there's a 2, that's where you put the second stroke, 3, 4, and so forth. But the first stroke is hidden behind the second. And so it's a bit hard to see what is this first stroke. So it turns out that in this diagram, the strokes are color-coded. So the first stroke's red, the second's orange, the third is yellow, and then it's fourth is green, fifth is blue, sixth is indigo, seventh is violet, and then it loops. So the 8th stroke will be red, 9th stroke is orange, 10th stroke is yellow, and so forth. And the reason I'm pointing this out is if you want to know the stroke order here, you don't see the 1, but you do see that there's a red stroke. And so because you know it follows this ordering of the rainbow, you know that the first stroke is this red stroke here. So just wanted to point that out. So anyways, this is the first stroke, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. This is a lot. And then it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's zoom out here, 13. Let's try and do that from memory without looking. So to place in Japanese, I'm going to write the Romaji in black. Oku. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, golly, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that correct? So we write our reading here. It's O, and then this is ku. So we were close. This 7th line, actually, it joins the 5th line down to this radical here. So we'll consider that incorrect. And so we're going to start from the top. So yeah, so you're saying, for those of you that are also reading the chat, so basically Tech Plays 9999 is pointing out that when you study days of the week and you want to type in your answer, the O here has like this dash at the top. And so when you put in your answer, and so let's say you say, oh, okay, Monday is Getsu Yobi, it classifies it as incorrect because you don't have that dash. So one thing you can do is you can hold the O, at least on Mac, and then it gives you all of these suggestions. So you can pick this one. But this is actually kind of incorrect. I think just the correct reading, if you look at the hiragana, this is Getsu Yo, and there's a U here. So actually, what is Monday in Japanese? I bet it would give you, okay, so Google Translate puts a dash here. Getsu Yobi. Let's see. Yeah, so for example, here they're putting a U. And I just don't think that this hyphenated, like this O with a dash is kind of user-friendly. So I'm going to take a very quick moment to fix this in the code. So if we go to Applications, Visual Studio Code, and we open that. Thank you so much for pointing this out. That's great feedback. I'll fix this now, and then I think in about 5 minutes, it should be deployed to the website, and so no more issues with the strange O. Just waiting for Visual Studio Code to open. Just taking longer than normal, so we'll just close it and reopen. In the meantime, we'll close this. That's so bizarre. What's going on? Okay, so there seems to be a bit of like a technical issue with opening this app to write my code, but I'll make the fix off stream. Let me just do one more attempt. If this doesn't work, we'll move on. But I'm just taking a note of this. So what you're saying is for days of the week, replace O with dash with OU. Okay. So let's get back on track. So to put on in Japanese is tsukeru. Tsukeru. So that's going to be, let's think this through. Tsukeru. That's going to be hiragana only. Tsukeru. The place is, what was it? Was it oku? Because I think the kanji was this. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, there we go. It has a reading of o, and then we just put ku here. Okay, so that's a pass. Fantastic. To believe in Japanese is shinjiru. Shinjiru. Now, if I'm thinking about this, when you say to know information, I think it was shiru. And I think the kanji for this is a little bit similar. So, just reading your comment. Can you also increase the size of the quiz bar? The kanji is not visible. Hiragana and katakana are fine. Or are there any other way for me to see the kanji perfectly while taking the quiz? Yeah, so I might take a moment to try and sort this out and make these changes that you were talking about. So, because I'm not sure what you mean. Let's see. Visual Studio Code. If we go into the chat here, Visual Studio Code not opening properly. Oh, this is just such a shame. Okay, we'll keep the code changes for after the stream. Let's talk about what you're saying. So you're saying you can see seku easily, but not the kanji. So the kanji is not visible. Hiragana and katakana are fine. So you're saying when you were doing the quiz, are you doing like words? Yeah, because I remember you were doing days of the week, etc. So let's go there. So you were doing days of the week. And then were you doing English to Japanese or Japanese to English? Because I think what you're probably doing is you're not handwriting your answers. Were you perhaps going from Japanese to English? So you were doing this. Because the kanji are visible here. Right? And so then this is Monday. If you could please give me just a bit more detail about the issue you were facing. Let's go to verbs 1 here. Verbs 1. And actually what I might do is kind of go back to a more previous topic. Oh, it's such a shame that Visual Studio is not working. What's going on? One thing that I could do is open the code base instead. So we'll go code bases, web app. So, yes, how do you, that like zooming in? So, do you use a phone or do you use a laptop when you're studying? So, if you go to swap languages, whether you're doing a phone or Windows PC, yeah, so all you have to do here is just find a way to basically zoom in on your Windows PC. So you can Google like how to zoom in on a screen. Because basically, I think what you're saying is it's hard to read the kanji because they're very small. And so all you need to do here is just zoom in on your screen, if that makes sense. I hope that answers your question. Now, I was actually making good progress with verbs 1. So let's go back to that. So we'll select the words. And I was doing to put on, to place, to believe, these last 10. Did that fix your problem? Fantastic. Thank you so much. Sorry about this technical difficulties with VS Code. I'll sort that out after the stream. So we were looking at to believe. So we'll handwrite our answers. We'll apply random ordering. And we were looking at to believe. So this is shinjiru. Shinjiru. Now, I think shiru was already something like this. It was was this the kanji with the reading of shi? Let's go to verbs 1. We'll swap the languages and we'll zoom in here. Okay, so this is the kanji with the reading of shi in to know. What I just wrote was for yomu. Yomu. To believe is a completely different kanji. Fine. It's got nothing to do with this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That might have a reading of shinji. So that would be shinji. And then we have ru at the end. Or it might have a reading of shin. Then you put ji here and then ru. Okay, so it has a reading of shin. And then this is jiru. Fantastic. So we had a look at the answer, so we'll consider that incorrect. Let's take a look at to sleep. So to sleep in Japanese is neru. And you said, I know the reading, and here I can learn the kanji as well, like revision. Yeah, fantastic. That's kind of what I was hoping to build when I made this app. That kind of everything you need is in one place, but it's a work in progress. So this is going to be some type of kanji with a reading of ne, and then we have ru at the end. So let's take a look at what we have here. So we're familiar with this radical. It's popped up a couple of times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Ah, this is 2 strokes. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13. Golly, that's going to be difficult to remember. So let's try that from the top. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That has a reading of ne. So ne in Japanese is, in hiragana, it's 1, 2, like that. Here we have ru. And of course, we want to write our romaji in black. So this is neru. So let's submit that. That looks good to me. Obviously, we had to look at the answer, so that's cheating. So we'll consider this incorrect. So let's start from scratch. So yomu, I should know now. Yomu. The kanji with the reading of yo, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think that's my best guess. This is yo. That's a reading of yo. This is mu. That's correct. That's correct. So we'll give that a pass. And then we go to place. So to place in Japanese, it's oku, isn't it? So it's oku. The kanji with the reading of o, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's zoom out here. Write this a little bit more neatly. That's 13. And of course the stroke order here is correct, but it doesn't look very neat. So let's clean this up a little bit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That looks a bit better to me. Its reading is o. We put ku here, and it's a job done. To believe is shinjiru. Okay. Shinjiru. So the kanji for that, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what comes here? I remember there was something like this. Is this the kanji for shinjiru? So it's actually this is the 11th stroke, that's the 12th stroke. 11, 12. So then this is 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3. So this is 7, 8, and 9. So we need 6 strokes here. But what was it? I remember there was a line like this. That's 3 strokes. So I think we have 3 strokes here. Then we have this shape. And I think this has a reading of shin. And then we have ji, ru. Okay, completely wrong. Completely wrong. Let's try that again. So, shinjiru. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That has a reading of shin. Then we have ji, ru here. We had to look at the answer, so we'll consider that incorrect. And what I was writing was neru. That's it. So this is neru. The kanji for it. This was the first 3 strokes. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That has a reading of ne. And we put a ru here. 1, 2, yeah, okay, that's all correct. Now, I looked at the answer here for the first 3 strokes, so consider that incorrect. And then we're on to hanasu. We actually had this one earlier as well. So there's some type of kanji with the reading of hana, and then you have su at the end. That was it, okay. To speak or talk in Japanese is hanasu. The kanji is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this box is bigger with 3 strokes. This is ha, na, su. We looked at the answer, consider that incorrect. So we know these, we should know 5 out of these. This is kanji. Kuru we should know, yeah. To find, mitsukeru. To put on, tsukeru. Suppose we'll just apply random ordering and try again. This is shin, ji, ru. And the kanji, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has a reading of shin. Then here we write shi, apply dakiten, it becomes ji. We write ru, and this is now shinjiru. That's correct. This one we haven't learned yet, so we'll skip that for now, and we'll go on to neru. So to sleep in Japanese is neru. The kanji with the reading of ne, well, that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That has a reading of ne. Put the ru here, and it's a job done. And then we're on to oku. To place in Japanese is oku. The kanji with the reading of o, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. So this is o. Ku. Great. To come in Japanese is kuru. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. We want our kanji in red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has a reading of ku. And there we have ru. The next one is hanasu. Hanasu. What was the kanji with the reading of hana? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight, 9, 10, 11. No. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Could that be the kanji with the reading of hana? before we submit our answer, let's just think this through. We'll come back to that one. To find in Japanese is mitsukeru. Mitsukeru. And I think the kanji with the reading of mi, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's mi. And then we just have tsu, ke, ru, mitsukeru. Mitsukeru. Hi there. So you're saying to lose versus to win, makeru. Is lose mean makeru? Because in Google it shows ushinau. Yeah, so I think what's going on here. So let's first Google unishao. Japanese word. Yeah. So what you're talking about with unishao is if you lose something like a job, your consciousness, like if you lose an item or something you own. You can kind of imagine that that's something different than when you lose a competition. So let's say you lose a race. Let's say you lose in arm wrestling, something like that. So makeru, meaning Japanese, it's when you lose in a competition or when you're defeated. So that's why it also says on Lingo Command, if you look for the part where it says what you were saying, to lose versus to win. Was that in verbs too? It's basically to say you have to lose as in you lost an item, and you have to lose when you lost a competition, and those two things are separate. So makeru is when you've lost a competition. It's not what you would use when you lost an item. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's try to read. So that's yomu. Yomu. Golly, what is this? Could it be this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm worried I'm getting some kanji mixed up here. But I'm not. Fantastic. So this is indeed the kanji with the reading of yo. Okay. To put on is tsukeru. Tsukeru. This is going quite well now. So it's tsukeru. There's no kanji for this. Tsukeru. To put on. Yeah, fantastic. Now the question is, what is to speak or talk? So it's hanasu in Romaji. What's the kanji though? Let's look at the other one. So if we zoom in, trying to deduce it by omission, like what kanji have I not written yet? So I actually do remember now. I think the kanji with reading of hana, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But we can write this kanji a little bit more neatly. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that kanji is a reading of hana. Ha, ha, na. And then we put su here. And that's another match. Yeah, indeed. So to call or means like saying, like to call someone, like like hey there. But we can check that later in with Google actually. So I haven't checked this. Is could this be like yobu? Yeah, okay, this is yobu. Let's study this kanji here. So we'll write our kanji in red like usual. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that has a reading of yo. So let's try that from scratch. So to call is yobu. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That has a reading of yo. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is fu. You apply dakuten, it becomes bu. So this is yobu. Now we had to look at the answer, so we'll consider that incorrect. Ah, that's a nice, I don't know what the word is, but like you've kind of linked these concepts to remember the word yobu, so that's very nice. What is mnemonic? A memory-enhancing tool such as a pattern, rhyme, or acronym or association designed to help people recall complex information or lists. So yeah, use this mnemonic in order to remember yobu. Nice. So to understand in Japanese is rikai suru. And I don't know the kanji for this. I haven't looked at them yet, but I think it's 1, 2. So this would have a reading of ri. This would have a reading of kai. And then I think you have suru in hiragana. Because I think rikai probably means understanding. And then suru turns a noun into a verb. Because that's something you do in Japanese. If you stick suru at the end of something, that turns the noun into the verb. So I think if we say, what is rikai in Japanese? Yeah, exactly. Rikai means understanding, comprehension, or appreciation. So in Japanese, if this is like the noun understanding, when you stick suru at the end, that turns it into the verb to understand. So let's look at the answer here and try and get the, yeah, even the readings was correct. So it's rikai. Rikai. Rikai suru. Do I watch anime? Yes, indeed. I do watch anime. Do you have any favorites? Mine would probably be Attack on Titan or Shingeki no Kyojin. I think it's called in Japanese. Okay, so let's try and do this kanji here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One, two. So here we use this rainbow stroke ordering. We know that yellow is the next color, even though we can't see the number 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Golly, this is complicated. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's impossible. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's ri. And then kai is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's try that without looking. So to understand is rikai suru. The kanji with the reading of ri, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the kanji with the reading of kai, it's I don't remember. So also this is incorrect because this second stroke is going down too far. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, one more time. So, to understand is rikai suru. And the kanji with the reading of ri is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What comes after this? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is the same kanji as the one for cow. So if we go to animals. Yeah, exactly. Those 4 strokes are in the exact same order and the same shape as here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the vertical stroke is the last one. So go again. So ri, kai, suru is how you would say to understand in Japanese. And the kanji with the reading of ri is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The kanji with the reading of kai, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have the kanji for cow, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This has a reading of ri. This has a reading of kai. And then we just stick suru at the end. And that's a match. Now this stroke here is a bit too narrow. It should be the same width. We'll give that a pass. And so what I'm going to do now is apply random ordering. think actually this might be a good place to stop, because then on the next live stream I can try and practice all 25. So we've kind of studied these bottom 10. So if I kind of show it like this, these bottom 10 we've now studied. These top 15 I studied previously. And so I think the goal for tomorrow's live stream is to try and do all 25. And then I also want to practice, kind of revise the kanji for animals, body parts, clothes, colors, days of the week, months of the year, numbers, etc. But yeah, that probably concludes today's live stream. Thank you so much for the feedback, Tech Plays, because after the stream, I'll make that adjustment for the days of the week so that we don't have that O with a dash. But yeah, in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this later on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff if you want to support the channel. That would also support me in continuing to develop lingocommand.com. That's the website that we've been using. And it also comes with an accompanying iOS app that's basically the exact same functionality, but in the form of iPhone app. It's also available on iPad. But in any case, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Jane, bye-bye. Thank you.